everyone, Chocolo here for another video review, this time with the new Brownie M&Ms. Yeah, look at that. Well, there we go. Yes. Yeah, so it's very interesting, this one. I mean, they look gorgeous, don't they? They look lovely. See the new M&M character there for the Brownie versions. Yeah, very nice. You can see they're sort of filled with like basically a sugar shell with a bit of a chocolate surround and a brownie centre. So normally that would be a peanut or a chocolate centre, basically. Even though it's still, well, I think some of them still include the chocolate surround, even though they've got a chocolate centre. Some sweets that have a chocolate centre like Smarties. I mean, which one was it? I think it was the Terry's, like mini Smarties that they have in their mini egg bar. I say mini Smarties because there's not mini eggs in there. They're mini egg bar, strangely enough, it's like mini Smarties basically. But yeah, so anyway, digressing a bit there. But what I was trying to say was, even though some products have a chocolate centre with based on something with a candy shell and a chocolate surround, they still have the chocolate surround and a separate chocolate centre. It's a bit of a strange one. But anyway, I'm not sure if M&Ms have that, so digressing a bit too much there. It might be a load of nonsense. But there we go. Yeah, so brownie is I would say, a very difficult thing for a lot of chocolate companies to achieve in a chocolate bar form or chocolate product form, or something like this basically. Obviously, an actual brownie is nice and moist, warm, it's got different textures, so it's a soft but crunchy on the outside, and then it's got chunky bits on the inside, maybe, like, sometimes it has nuts in the things, but I don't count that really as a proper brownie as far as I'm concerned. It's more chocolate for me and chocolatey type things, so chocolate chips in there, so it's just, lots of textures and lots of different tastes and things, and it's not something that's regularly, or if ever I don't think, been replicated when a chocolate bar or something like this has tried to have a brownie version of it. So I'm interested to see if this works. I think I've reviewed these I think I've reviewed the US version of these before, and I seem to recall they were pretty good, but it was a long time ago, so we'll see. Yeah, and of course not necessarily the same thing. Let's have a look on the back. What does it say? Anything interesting? Portions per pack free. Portion size 34 grams. So presumably this is a 102 gram pack. Does it say anywhere? Yes, there we go, 102. There we are. Yeah, so per 100 grams, 466 calories, 17 grams of fat, 11 of which are saturates. And then per 34 grams, this is a third of the bag, 158 calories, 5.7 grams of fat, 3.6 of which are saturates. Milk chocolate, 51%, with a chocolate confectionery centre, 21%. Chocolate confectionery centre, it doesn't say brownie centre, in a sugar shell. Okay, and if you're interested in that, palm oil, and palm fat as well. For all intents and purposes, are roughly the same thing as far as the environment's concerned. But may contain hazelnut. And it says milk chocolate contains milk solids 14% minimum. Milk chocolate contains vegetable fats in addition to cocoa butter. And you go down there, it's got what's known as the big green dot, but it's never really green. It's just usually, I guess it's because they'd have to have another colour to the colour palette. But basically says that the company supports recycling, but does not necessarily mean this product is recyclable, which is supported by the fact that they've got an M&S person dropping it into the bin. So I don't think this is recyclable. But I like the way they've at least got the M&Ms person doing it. It looks quite nice, rather than just a generic picture. Yeah, well, it looks quite interesting. Let's say, yeah, quite nice. But you can see here, I mean, it's basically half empty, this pack. It's just, yeah, ridiculous, isn't it? So, yeah, at least, sometimes you can't even tell. You can't even do this because it's so full of air. But, I mean, it's over half empty, actually. But, of course, it does depend. I mean, if you flatten this out, you could argue it's full then. But I'm not sure. When it's like this, they do all drop, and it becomes about half full. So yeah, I'm not manipulating it particularly to make it happen. That's pretty much how it is. So yeah. But all right, well, let's give these an open. I think they look very nice. Love the colour purple as well. It's my favourite colour. I think I prefer more of a bluey purple rather than a reddy purple like this one. But nonetheless, I still like it. All right, let's give it an open. Let's see what they look like. Let's do it. Okay, we're going to get these new Brownie M&Ms and open. Yes, very excited for these. Very excited. Brownies, love brownies. Usually a very difficult thing for chocolate bars to sort of accomplish, or chocolate products, like this basically. Brownies are moist, very, have a varied texture, crunchy on the outside, warm on the inside, soft, with chocolate chippy type things, which are over textures and stuff like that. So very difficult thing for chocolate products to manage. So we'll see how this does. But first of all, I need to give them an open, give them a look at. So let's do it. So time recording, I've done about 880, 190 reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right hand corner, I'll put a link to a playlist of all my other reviews, and maybe some M&Ms related ones as well. So after you watch this one, hopefully you enjoyed it. Go check those out, and hopefully you enjoy those too. Okay, so there we go. Right, so first of all, I don't think it matters too much with M&Ms, but you clearly see there's only two brown ones here. Yeah, so we'll give them an actual count first of all. I don't think the colours massively matter in M&Ms. I mean, they're kind of the same flavour really. There might be some slight difference, but I don't think there is particularly. It's going to roll all over the place here. It's going to be quite difficult. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll move things for now, and we'll do them onto here because they're not going to roll on this surface, basically. Not as much anyway. Say that and they're rolling all over the place. Right, so that's a 5. 35. And sort of 40, but we've got this one here. It's kind of tried to eat the other one, it looks like. It's actually stuck to it. I think it's kind of melted and stuck to it, I guess. Interesting, but quite like it looks like a bit of a rotten tomato, but there we go. Yeah, so 45, I think, was it 5, 10, 15, 20, 40, I think, yeah. 40, so not bad. I think I could probably let them off that one, so that's enough for 40, not 39.5, maybe anyway. Right, okay, yeah, so there we go. So let's right, see what the colour distribution is. It doesn't really matter, the colour distribution, I don't think that much for M&Ms because they're not, I don't think they're flavoured differently. But nonetheless, you know, there might be some respects. I mean, I think the orange ones in Smarties, for instance, are flavoured differently, so. But I think we can say that there's more blues than anything else, maybe greens. One's just rolled off over there. Yes, it's yellow, and we'll put that yellow and blue on there like that. It's kind of there. Yeah, so there's very few greens and oranges there, so you can clearly see browns, of course. Yes, it's got 6 reds, sort of 6.5 maybe, depends how you want to say it. But 5, 10, 13 blues, 10 greens. We said 6 yellows, didn't we? I think, yeah, 6 yellows and 6 reds. 3 orange and 2 browns. So you can see there, you know, pretty poor distribution there. I wish they could easily make it so that it's all the same. You know what I mean? They could easily do it. It's probably not as worth it as much with this one, but they do it with most chocolates, really. You know, especially things like Skittles, things where the flavors do matter. It's just laziness, really. I don't know if it's cheaper to produce one color over another, but I imagine it's probably just easier and cheaper not to bother too much with an equal distribution. But nonetheless, I mean, 2 of one colour, you know, it's a bit poor. I mean, you should have it a bit more close than that, shouldn't they? But yeah, but as I say, it doesn't really matter too much with M&Ms, but I'm not sure that's really the point. All right, well, let's just put these back onto the plate, shall we? All right, there we go, we're back. Well, I'll tell you, we don't really need to chop one in half, do we? We've got this one here, so let's just separate this. There we go, it's separated actually now. So you can see it's kind of stuck together. But that's what we're up against. There we go, yeah. We've got like a sort of chocolate surround there with that sort of different style centre. You can see that centre there slightly differently there, can't you? You can see the way it's sort of shiny a bit, distinct centre. I might try and chop it a bit just to see. Yeah. So what it looks like in the middle. Obviously, just going to knife marks now. We're kind of soft there. It's a bit like sort of like a raisin consistency, I think, in the centre there, but obviously a lot softer. But you can see it's surrounded by chocolate. It doesn't really look like a brownie, does it? But yeah, it doesn't really smell like one particularly either, or anything particularly. But there we go. So you can see it's got like a sort of cakey centre that's yeah, well, a bit of a chewy centre basically, is what I imagine. Yeah, so basically, you know, as I say, reasons of like a chewy sort of chocolate caramel. And this is obviously going to be a lot softer than that. So, but it looks to be along those lines rather than like a cakey centre. It looks to be sort of like a chewy centre. And what did it refer to it as in the? Let's see, what did it say it was? Or a chocolate confectionery centre, so I guess that adds up. It doesn't say like a cakey type centre or a brownie centre. Alright, well, let's give these a taste, I think. We need to find out. Proof's in the pudding, as they say. So let's find out what they taste like. Let's do it. Okay, we'll give these brownie M&Ms a taste. Yeah, new. Yeah, so let's give them a go. Got a few, we opened them up basically. So a few prepared earlier, but we just opened them. I'm not sure if there's a difference in the flavour to the different colours of M&Ms, but yeah, it could be, but it definitely had let's say only got 2 brown ones and 3 orange ones as opposed to like 13, I think it was, blue ones. So, you know, if there's a difference, that's going to be a bit disappointing. But, all right, let's give one a taste. Let's do it. Let's give it a go. There's a sort of soft, chewy centre. Interesting, nice crispy outside shell. You do get a bit of a chocolate taste as well, but mainly that sort of chewy centre. Interesting. Let's try a couple more. It is a bit like let's say like Reason chocolates basically, but a lot sort of the Boneville chocolate toff or chocolate toff, whatever they're called. But a lot softer. Interesting. I don't think it's really like a brownie. It's like a chewy, chocolatey centre basically. It's not cake-like at all. But it's not bad. It's an interesting way of doing it. Let's say sort of, unique, I think. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's okay. But again, it's not really brownie. Like I said in the sort of the intro, very difficult for sort of companies to get a brownie taste in these sorts of products, because I say brownies are sort of usually, well, they're warm to start with, and they're a cake, and they've sort of got different textures. Sort of like sort of cracky, sort of crunchy outside with a soft middle and melty and things like this. So you're gonna not really get that replicated very well in this sort of form. But I guess what they have managed to do, if you think about it, you've got the crunchiness of the M&M and the chocolate on the inside that surrounds the sort of the centre, brownie centre, and then basically there's that middle bit which is the soft crunch. So they've got the different textures, I guess, by default with the actual chocolate. So it's quite interesting that. And the sugar shell. So that obviously isn't a true brownie because you're talking about a sugar shell here. You think about it that way, you have got a multi-layered product. But while it isn't a brownie, it does replicate that sort of part of a brownie that gives you different textures and different tastes. I don't think that's really what they were trying to achieve. I think that was more me interpreting it in a different way. I think they were just trying to get the full brownie experience from the centre. But nonetheless, it's the outcome that matters, whether it's intentional or not. Yeah, so, not bad. At the end of the day, it's not a brownie. I'm not trying to say it is. I'm not trying to sort of force it into being like a brownie. But if you do look at it that way, the sugar shell with the chocolate surround and then the centre, you've got multiple layers there. That are quite distinct. And it's a quite soft chew in the middle as well, and it's quite nice. And they grow on you the more you have of them as well. Yeah, I think these replicate brownies pretty well. Obviously you have to have a bit of artistic license there. Say, interpreting the sugar shell as the crunchy surround. I say it does have the chocolate and then the surround in the middle. But that's not beyond the realms of imagination to say that chocolate surround at least is a different layer. And as I say, then you have the sort of softness of the centre. So I think, it's not a brownie. It could never really be one, but it's a good attempt at one, and I quite like them as well. They're nice. You're not going to get a brownie in these kind of products. I think it's going to be very rare that you would do. But I think this is a really nice and clever attempt, if albeit accidentally maybe, or accidentally on purpose, or a bit serendipitous anyway, to have the sort of sugar shell on the outside being a crunch and the chocolate in the surround giving another layer to it, and then the actual centre itself provides different sort of textures. You can kind of say is present in the brownie. So, and I'm going to take it. I think that's fine. I think that's fair enough to say, even if, as I say, if it's convenient, not really intentional. But yeah, no, all in all, I think it works. It's a nice product, and I think as I say, I've tried many brownie chocolates and things, Milka with brownie in it and other things, and they've usually been quite disappointing. But this one works really well. And as I say, I think I reviewed the US version of these before, and I was impressed with that. I'm impressed with this as well. So yeah, very tasty. Do a great job of replicating the sort of brownie experience to an extent, at least in their own M&M's interpretation of it. Yeah, and I like them. I think they're really nice and they're moreish, easy to eat. I'm not sure they'll ever be able to replicate a brownie in a chocolate bar, really, just for various reasons. So it'll be very difficult. Not to say it's impossible, and I think they could do it, really, but I just don't think they're going to really do it. I just think it's too much to do, and it's difficult, the different layers of things. But when you can kind of present it in a way that's that sort of has, I guess, what would you say, components that are already there that actually work to sort of bring across a brownie experience, albeit very maybe a bit abstractly, but like this really with the sugar shell and things. Nonetheless, I think that's probably the way to do it, and I think they've done it quite well with this M&M offering. But as I say, not really a brownie, but a good interpretation of one, as I say, albeit possibly serendipitously. 4 out of 5. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Instagram, check out the YouTube member program. It's a great way to support the channel, really is. Link for that's in the description, as is the link for the Discord server, which is a great way to keep in touch with myself and the community. Yeah, like my videos, as I say, leave a comment or free. Always great to hear from you. I always do my best to reply. Have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now, guys. See you soon. Bye.